Let's go for a ride down Main every day.
All right, it's test drive time here at Maple Motors. Got a 1972 Chevy Nova sitting up here. This is an SS model with a 400 under the hood, power steering, power brakes. Just like I always do, I'm here to pick out the flaws. We try to be 100% honest and transparent. If you see something by the end of the video that you have questions about, that's not an issue. Call us, we'll FaceTime you, we'll do whatever it takes to go over those issues. If you're not happy, that's fine. We sell these cars every single day. We go through about 50 a month. Been here a long time, guys. 40 years, being honest, is the way to go. 100 detailed pictures, 3 different finance companies. Shipping is all available. Please hit subscribe. It's about that time. Let's go for a ride. Okay, so before we take off, we'll check everything out. I can already tell you now, this one needs a little bit of electronic work. I think they said the wipers don't work, radio's not hooked up, and the blower motor's not doing anything. So we'll go ahead and start with that. Start it up. Got a little crack there. It's showing 22,000 miles on the dash. I don't know about the gas gauge either, but we're going to stop and get fuel. Yeah, blower motors, the switches are stiff. We've got a Sony radio, but it's not hooked up. Our gauges are hooked up, our voltmeter's not. Engine temperature is coming up on the dash there. Oil pressure's up. What about the stitching in the seat? That's kind of wild, ain't it? Back seat doesn't have it. They just did the front two. Package tray looks good. Headliner's been replaced. Somebody got started on this car, they just didn't fix everything. Missing the visors. He's the insert for the glove box there. It's got a little bit of it. Somebody knocked it out. Neat carpet. You can see the wheat carpet in it. Got some dual speakers in there. Used to be a 4-speed car. Wipers are on now. They're not doing anything. Turn signals. Let's see about that. Flasher needs to be replaced. Manually flash. And that reminds me, I'm going to look at the blinkers, turn signals, headlights, and all that, and I'm going to put that in the video for you as well. Aftermarket B&M shifter in here now. Horn? You know what I'm going to say. I'll say no. If all that other stuff's not hooked up, then what about this? Nope. Alright, got a little bit of work needs to be done on this car, but let's take off, see how it runs and drives. Welcome back. Alright, so yes, we know that little stuff doesn't work. No, we don't repair all that stuff. We did check the turn signals, brake lights, brakes, make sure it's worthy of going down the road. But seatbelt's kind of wonky. It works. Just making sure I can get out. Alright. Well, let's see how it runs and drives now. This is the first time I've taken it down the road. There's reverse. Power steering seems to be working good. It feels pretty good, really. Little squeaky belt there. Brakes feel good. Got a little leak here from the front window. I can see it coming through the mirror there. We got a seal that's bad around that front window. Yeah, I don't believe the mileage because the speedo's not working. Definitely got a squeaky pulley up front too. Pulling to the right. Other than that, the steering's nice and tight. It feels like it's going to be a pretty quick car. Getting in your brakes. Let me get past this guy. good. The more I got into the gas, the harder it was pulling. I felt a good shift there, and I think you can hop up on the highway and probably run good 75 miles an hour in this one. Now, of course, what we'll do next is get a little bit of fuel. I don't want to run out, so we're going to get some gas here today. Because I don't believe that gauge either, since all this little stuff ain't working. And I assume with the squeak, it's probably a pulley. Okay, engine temperature right now, 165. Oil pressure close to 30, about 25. You see how cold it is. A little frozen today. All right, I will be back. We're going to keep going over the car and telling you everything that we see. Thanks, guys. Tell you what, this car actually looks great. And I filled it up. Apparently, the gas gauge is moderately correct because I only fit about 3.5 gallons. And you see what happened. It came out on the ground. So I think it's full. If it goes up any at all, then I'll say it's working. But if it doesn't move at all, I don't know, guys. Just turning the key to look at it. It doesn't look like it's moving at all, so I'm still got my doubts about the gas gauge. A little drag on the battery there too. All right, let's keep going, see what else we find. We're heading on back now. Let's get out of here. Got to click it back twice to get it into reverse. Engine temperature is at 170, which is wonderful. Oil pressure is at 20, 25. You give it a little gas, it jumps right on up to 30 there. All right. Time to head on back to the lot and get out of this cold. I went ahead and did the walk around here in the parking lot, was checking over the whole car. Got to manually turn your turn signals. And that belt squeak is getting on my nerves. Got a little bit of a carburetor issue there. Kind of grumbling on me. Definitely picking up on speed. It's not a slow car. It'd sound a whole lot better if the belt wasn't squealing. Kind of looked like the alternator belt was a little bit loose. That might be what's going on. Also noticed a little bit of power steering fluid, and I seen where it was coming from. It's a very, very slow drip. Bump in the road here. I'm hearing some squeaks from the back right tire. It kind of sounds like maybe it's getting close to the fender well. Alright guys, I do appreciate you watching my video. Anything you see throughout the video is how the car will arrive. We try to point out all the stuff and let you know everything. If you do have any other questions, we'll help you out. But picking out the flaws is coming up next, and that's very important. We'll go over some other little issues that I found. I'll see you later. Okay, let's walk this ride. Anything I find, you'll know about it. I want to start with known issues that I've seen throughout the test drive. There was a drip, and that's why this is a little oily down here from the power steering pump, and it looked like it was coming from this line here that screws in, so I think that thread needs to be backed out and redone. I noticed a drip after we filled up the gas tank all the way to the top. It dripped on the front side for a second, and then it stopped. I think it was just because I filled it all the way up and it was coming out on the back side on the top of the tank. There's something up there, it's not sealing up on the very top side of it. So those are pretty minor issues. It's not dripping now. The one up front is very slow. Another thing, so that drag on the battery when we were at the gas station, 50% of the cars that have the battery in the trunk, I see that issue. It's just so long, so much wire to get the power all the way to the front. I think the battery needs to be put back in the front. There's no need for it to be in the trunk. Somebody was going for a cleaner look up here, but come on, you can get a cap that goes over it or whatever if you wanted to hide it. Right now you've got extra wires. They're all extra long. It takes way more power to get back to your starter to start the car. In this circumstance here, I would move the battery back to the front and it would solve that issue. Okay, let's start in the front here. Little dings on your trim there, scuffs, a little bit of wax, a little bit of scuffing going on the bumper too. It's not perfect. Now, I say this in all my videos. If you see something throughout this video that you want to see more of, if you're interested in buying this car, no problem. Call us, contact us, tell us. We'll go out and make more videos and send them directly to you over that certain area. It's very important because a lot of people want to know everything. Look at these paint runs here at the bottom. Now, I'm not here to hide nothing. Also, if you see it in the video, that means you've seen it. So I'm definitely not hiding anything. A little haziness going here in the corner. You know, a little wash mitt going on there too. You see that? Like little specks from the wax. Shows off the dimples when the wax gets down in it. A little bit of a line there. Hazy door handle. Smudge that'll wipe off. There's some dust on this paint job. Try not to draw on it too much. No wax. Some more dust there. Handprint. A little wax around these edges. A whole bunch of wax around these edges. This is one of them that I'm going to send back through the detail and ask them, why do you forget all this wax? I know it's cold, guys, but you got to get the wax. It's on the windshield. Some kind of stain on the window there. A whole bunch of wax in the jam there. Back window, somebody tried to silicone it. Must have been leaking at one point. Back bumper on this one. A little bit of wax. Paint's kind of rippled there behind the bumper. This is a real SS model. I say that whenever I do get or come across real SS cars. Some of them are badged that way and they are not. But I will let you know if it is a real SS car anytime I do my videos. Got a little bit of moisture in here. Got a rust hole here up top. You can see it was kind of rusty around and been painted. Package tray looks good though. It's fairly clean. Trunk lid. Little chip on the edge. Coming down with the trunk lid here. Got a crack in the paint. Spot there on the edge. Been down this side. Let's try to shut the door better. Looks like I left it open. Gotta unlock it first. Well, does it open? There we go. Missing the little lock there. Let's see. We'll roll the window down and we'll get it open. Looks like our door is froze up right now. Well, needed to check that out, didn't we? There we go. I need some WD-40 and some grease. That's what I need. It was stuck. Well, we got it open. Stitching on the seat. It's kind of wild somebody did that. Alright, now I shut it firm that time. Can we open it? Okay. It's sticking right there at the end. It needs some grease right here in the latch. And when I get back to the lot, I will grease it up so it ain't stuck. Alright. Let's go down this side. I had some wax on it, and those are dimples down in there. Man, it's snowing again. I just seen snow. Yep, spitting snow. Gravy. Alright, coming down the side. Little spots. Dimples there. See a little bit of waves going on the top of the paint there. Yeah, that door was tough. It was hard to get it open for a second. Glad we got it freed up. But I do need to grease it, grease the latch, spray some oil off in there. On these old cars, window tracks and all need to be greased every so often or they start stiffening up. Speaking of window tracks, the one on the driver window, you can feel it cranking up and down just fine, but the window is not on the track. It's going up and down. You can grab it and go up and down. It's stiff, but it needs to be back on track. A lot of wax. I'm real surprised that they didn't get down in there and scrub all that out. I'm gonna assume they waxed this car because it's shining good. Little scuff there. You got some up here too. Little wax spots. But those are dimples. So it goes down in the paint and then the wax gets stuck in there. This trim's a little loose here too. See a bunch of wax up top. Yeah, the trim's loose, look. Pulling it up. See a little silicone up in there too. Remember we had a drip. Spot there. Alright. Let's check out our interior, start it up. Get the heck out of here. It's freezing right now. Woo. Got a little bit of a wavy door panel there. JBL tweeter. I didn't think there was one on the other side. Looks like it was one. It must have fell off. Bottom of the door panel is a little wavy too. That can be fixed though. It actually looks okay. We're missing a little strap there to keep the door open. It used to be orange. A little rust right there on that inside trim piece. Green. That was green. Carpet. Shot. Need some carpet. I'm surprised somebody made this an automatic. I know a lot of people love automatics nowadays. 10 years ago, it was like everybody, it was like a giant hate thing. They're like, no, manual only. But now I guess as everybody's getting older, or even the younger generation that don't know how to drive stick, they want an automatic, but they want a sports car. So I guess they've become super popular. I don't mind them. I've got one at the house, but I've also got my manual. Yeah, missing the window dewey here, the latch. I'm pulling this up. This side's rolling up good. Yeah, but this side here, like, you can hear it, but it ain't staying up there. You can push this window down. You're also missing the latch here. Interior wise, crack there. They got a mat over this screwed in. Probably a hole. Probably a hole. Alright, let's start her back up. Started real good that time. Squeaky belt, man. Squeaky belt was bothering me the whole test drive. It's got 2 belts. Everything looks to be in balance. I'm wondering if a little oil's getting on this one or something from where it's dripping out that backside. Yeah, it's dripped a little bit on the ground there from the power steering pump. That's why your wipers don't work. And that's why we ain't got no heat. Nothing hooked up for that. Well, your alternator belt looks a hair loose. Maybe that needs to be tightened up. That might be her squeak. Motor's quiet though. She feels decently strong when I do get on it. I think the only thing that makes me nervous is the squeak. But on the way back, I'm gonna test her out, check it all the way out for you. Got some marks on the chrome. Jumping on down. I was like, what is that noise? That screw right there needs to be, there's a screw missing here too. Got 1, 2, need a screw down here in the bottom. I was wondering what that dinging was. Had to find that noise. A little bit of wax there on your hood here. The car's super slick though. Every time I touch it, it's like a baby's booty. Nice and smooth. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. I do my best to go over the flaws, chips, scratches, rust dents, anything that I find. That way you know what you're getting before you get here. 100 detailed pictures, financing, and shipping is available. Please hit subscribe. Please share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.